Good morning. I didn't know if it was gonna connect. Yesterday it kind of like connected, then cut out, then reconnected, and then it was good. So if it does that again, hopefully it'll connect. It's just being a little butthead. But good morning. This is gonna be our last get ready with me for a little bit, you guys, because we are heading on a lake trip. So anyways, I thought since it is the last one, we would do a full face, start to finish. I'm a little early because I actually have some other videos I need to make too. Don't mind this diabolical hairstyle. I just need it out of my eyes and not pulling, but it kind of is pulling. Good morning. Okay, you guys know the drill. I share this tip all the time, but in case you're new, whitening eye drops. They're way better than concealer. Like, if you have redness, yellow, anything in your eyes, this just makes them bright and white and clears away like any of that redness, any yellow tints, anything like that. And yeah, I love it. So I linked it up in the description. I literally have it on subscription because I love it so much. Like, it truly makes such a difference. And I'm telling you, like, all of the Instagram models and like regular models, they're using these. I don't know why nobody talks about it because they're honestly so good. Good morning, Kenya. Good morning, Darcy. Good morning, Mom. How are you guys? It is super cloudy and I think it's super smoky here too. I can't really tell. But we did have like a couple really big storms yesterday, like just a ton of lightning and stuff like that. So it's like super smoky and cloudy out, and I'm like, not to be a Debbie whiner instead of a Debbie Downer, but I'm like, I really hope it's not going to be like the sun completely covered when we finally go to the lake, because we went to the lake in June on like, it was like a cousin's trip basically. We took the boys that were all the same age to the dam, and June is hit or miss for weather, so we kind of knew that because we obviously, well, I guess it isn't obvious, but we booked that like a year in advance, you know, or like 6 months something, so it didn't get booked out, and the weather was not good. Like, it was like a lot of rain, just super cloudy. It was actually pretty chilly a lot of the days, and then wind, which makes it really hard to go on the boat. And it's supposed to be really hot this weekend, but I'm like, I hope it's not like this overcast, like just super smoky. But I guess if it is, oh well. Chalmette had a major hailstone. I saw there was a big storm going through Harlow. Well, I didn't. Cody watches the radar. Okay, Ophir barrier drops. I actually love these. Because, I don't know, they just work really good. I'm just gonna make sure I'm on the right page, because I don't think I am. Let's see. Oh yeah, I am. Had to double check. Okay, Lume Illuminating Eye Gel. These are both Ophir, so I put all the links in the description, and if I forgot any, just let me know and I'll update it for you guys. I'm gonna use the Peony today, but it's so subtle it really doesn't matter which one you get. In theory, the lilac is really good if you have more like yellowy or brown, like under eyes or eyelids, and then Peony is really good if you have more like dark, like think like purple or kind of those blue undertones like eye bags and stuff. But these are brightening, they're tightening, and the color theory will kind of help offset those darker colors, but they're also skincare infused. All of this new stuff is skincare infused, and it's really good. So yeah. Now I'm just gonna comb my brows. But yeah, what are you guys up to today? Anyways, I was telling you that because I'm not gonna be on live here for a while. I basically don't have a ton of service up there, so I don't know. I do have plenty of videos to edit, so maybe I'll still be able to get a few posted while I'm gone, but we'll see. Definitely no guarantees. My dad's hopefully going to come up. He's either going to come up in the morning and stay the night at my house, or tomorrow, and yeah, then we're going to head up to the lake. So I gotta clean out my dad's camper tonight because we've had that for a while. I washed all the bedding on Sunday, like just the pillowcases, the blankets, because I don't know, they just get really dirty in a camper, you know what I mean? Because usually when you're camping, you're like somewhere that it's muddy and stuff. And so I got all of that washed, but I need to like wipe all the dirt out and then mop because we let our friends stay in there during the softball tournament that we had here, and it was super rainy and muddy, and so there's just like some mud that needs washed up or mopped up. You guys know what I meant. Marla! Oh my gosh, you're fishing the Oregon coast. You are so close to my mom. How funny is that? You guys could like cross paths and you wouldn't even maybe know it. Where are you at? I guess maybe you're not close to my mom, but I know she lives like pretty close to the coast. What do you guys fish for there? Anything, I guess? Or is there something in particular this time of year? It's like so dark in here. I'm having a hard time even like seeing when I turn my head. Trouble viewing, darn it. My connections. I don't know. Is it coming through for everyone else? It hasn't given me a message like saying that it's a bad connection, but I know yesterday when I went live, it kind of was like connecting and reconnecting at the beginning, and then it seemed like it kind of started working after that. So hopefully if it is my end, it'll do that again. Like it'll reconnect. Winchester Bay. I don't know that. Don't know it. But is it coming through pretty good for everyone else, or is it pretty spotty? Okay, this is the shade Rye in the Sheer Skin. I am going to put a little powder on today, and we're going to do more like full makeup, I guess. But this is one of my favorite things in the summer. Like, it basically just feels, it actually does feel no different than skincare. Same with the face milk. I like to just put that on for like some extra glow and hydration. But it just kind of helps your skin look a little bit more like glowy and healthier, you know? But it definitely doesn't feel like you're wearing makeup, and it's still like your skin. I absolutely hate sweating under makeup. That's one thing that just kind of like, I don't know, it's like an ick, I guess you would call it. But this stuff isn't like that at all. Like, it doesn't like bunch up or like get weird or anything if you do start sweating. So I love it. And it has squalene, which is the same oil that our skin naturally produces. So it's really, really good for like hydrating the skin. And then it has a bunch of other skincare in it as well. So this is a really great option if you need one. But again, if you're wanting like full foundation, I try to reiterate this every time I talk about it. It is not going to be like a full coverage or like a foundation. This is going to be more like a skin tint. So if that's what you're looking for, you will love this. If you're looking for something that's going to cover acne, dark spots, things like that, you won't like this. Because it's going to be very light and very much just like your skin, but better. My connection seems good. Okay, thank you guys. My mom said we were just at Winchester Bay on Saturday. How funny is that? Coho, that must be salmon. Yeah, we're gonna try to, Cody's fishing a tournament this weekend, but we are gonna try to catch our limit on Wednesday. We'll see how that goes and at least get some fish. Good morning, Kathy. New to watching you. Where are you located? Just like I have a little, now it says slow connection, so if it's blurry, hopefully it comes through. Which state? I live in Montana. So I live in rural Montana and central Montana. So a lot of people think of like Montana, unless you're from here, they think of like Yellowstone Park and like Bozeman, Missoula, basically the western half of the state. I mean, Bozeman's kind of like, I think southern, but either way, it's in that direction. And I will tell you, you could easily split central and eastern Montana into one state and like western Montana into another state, and it would be fitting because it's like two completely different worlds. Truly. There are obviously native Montanas, or native Montanans in the western half of the state, obviously, but there's a lot of like I don't know, tourists, and then also like, I don't know how else to say it, but like rich people that just buy property, I guess, to live there. But they're like definitely not from Montana. So yeah, if you want like the true Montana experience, then I would go to Central or Eastern, but it's definitely not going to be as like fun or glamorous. But if you want the scenery, the mountains, all of that, you should definitely go to the western half of the state. I will say, me and Cody drove through Yellowstone Park once, which was a crazy idea being we're from Montana, so why the heck would we do that? But we thought it would be fun. It was not fun, but that's probably because we live here. And I can tell you, we saw more animals like in the 15 minutes before our house than we did in that whole 3-hour drive through the park. It was horrible. I was like, what were we thinking? Seriously, coming through here. All right, I'm going to use some Unique powder. I actually just found this in my little makeup trunk, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have an almost full powder. My lucky day, I didn't even know it was in there. So, yeah. What are you guys up to? We're going to Fort Peck this weekend, which is, like, basically just a huge lake here in Montana that a lot of people fish at and stuff. But it's in more of like eastern central Montana, and so anywhere in these areas, like the wind is really hit or miss. So we're hoping it's not windy. I think it's just supposed to be super duper hot, which we're fine with. We'd rather that than be super windy. But yeah, Cody's gonna head out in just a few minutes to go pick up our nephew. He's gonna come with us, and Carv can't wait. He's had his bags packed for literally 2 weeks, so yesterday he like dumped it all out and we checked it and made sure he had like enough stuff. And it was honestly fine. The only thing he had to grab, I think, was like a couple pairs of undies because he didn't have quite enough. I don't remember. But he's literally obsessed with fishing. So yeah, it's been super chaotic over here because we had a basketball tournament this last weekend. One thing that is so annoying, and my hubby went to Glacier. I've actually never been to Glacier. How crazy is that? That's another funny thing about Montana is people like don't realize how big it is. So you could be on like, to get to like the eastern half of the state or the western half, like you could literally be an 8-9 hour drive. Like it's a huge, huge area. I do want to go to Glacier though. That's the lake with like the really clear water, right? That you can like see the rocks through. And it's like at the bottom of the mountain. That's why it's obviously called Glacier, I guess. Is that what that is? I think so. But yeah. I'm excited. Anyways, I was gonna say, it's been super chaotic around here lately because I literally have either been working or gone like every day. Like I haven't been off at all because this last weekend Carver had a basketball tournament, and you guys, this is the most annoying thing ever. We go to a ton of basketball tournaments, and one thing, like obviously people put them on, so we're super thankful about that, but sometimes it'll be like a tournament spread out over 3 days, and I'm like, why is this spread out over 3 days? Because we could easily get it done in 2. And that was our most recent tournament that we did. We did 1 or 2 others, the same thing. 3 days. It's like, can we get it into 2 days? Seriously. So, yeah, anyways, we were gone all last week and last weekend, like this most recent one. Then, obviously, I'm working. Then we're heading to the lake. And then I go back to work. And then we have to take Zuri to college. So, July is going to fly by. And it's just really crazy. So I'm gonna try to really enjoy my lake time because that's really my last and probably only break, I guess you would say, until school starts, and then it's just like basically pure chaos the rest of the year. Thank you, Marla. Oh my gosh, I never thought I would hear that, so thank you. I'm trying to decide, do I want to do blush or do I want to do bronzer? Because usually I don't like to do both. I feel like that's a little bit too overpowering. But I haven't done bronzer in a long time. And I did it, well, it hasn't been that long. Like, I did it a month or something ago. And actually, I really liked it. And then I kind of just go back to my blush. I used to always wear blush and bronzer, but looking back and like when I do that now, I feel like it's probably me being a little heavy-handed because I see a lot of people do that. But I always felt like it was like a little too much when I do both. You know what I mean? Okay, this is in the shade medium. It's Ophir's Sundial bronzer. And so it's actually a bronzer and a highlight in one, but I actually just kind of go in and like mix them together. And then I'll just make sure whatever side I did put the illuminator on, I'll make sure to put that side of the brush on top. But this isn't like a super bright or like pigmented illuminator. It's a little bit more subtle. So I feel like it's really pretty just kind of mixed in with the bronzer for a little glow. Because it's not like super metallic-y or anything where it like really gives you a ton of shine. Oh my gosh, someone's dog is barking and I don't care, but as long as it's not mine. It doesn't sound like mine. I don't think it is. I can't believe it's almost August. I know, it's crazy. It's like really chaotic lately. And most of you guys saw, I think, but Zori was just going to be going to school. And then like last minute, a coach that coached in her district for high school, not here, but like in the district that we play in, ended up picking up a coaching job at the Gillette College. And so now she's going to be playing college volleyball. So she has to leave way earlier because practice starts August 1st. We had to like go get all of her stuff. Apparently the whole team gets like matching shoes for whatever games, and I'm like super nervous because they were called Way of the Wades, and apparently whoever Wade is, I think he's an NBA player maybe. He's not with like Nike or Under Armour, it didn't seem like. He has like his own thing. So of course it was online only, and from the shipping it looks like I had to come all the way from China. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just hope they make it in time, and then I hope they fit. That's why I don't really love ordering shoes online, especially, you know, like sports shoes like basketball or volleyball shoes or cleats, anything that you have to like run in, because you really do need like such a perfect fit. So I don't know, I'm just hoping they fit and that they get here in time. But yeah, we've just been really busy. I saw back to school stuff in stores. Oh yeah, definitely. Love bronzer and on my eyes. Marla, I didn't even see your comment until just now, but we had the same idea. I'm actually gonna throw on a little bit of this chocolate brown eye pencil just to make it a little bit more, I don't know what, smokier. But yeah, Zori's gonna go with Cody today, and I think Carvis too, mostly because we're picking up our nephew that's like his little friend, his same age. They've got their fishing plans all planned out. Carv's got his tackle box packed and ready to go. They can't wait. Okay, now I'm just gonna take the bronzer and kind of smudge it. I bet she is so excited to get more volleyball time. I think she is. I'm sure she's nervous because obviously she's played with the same kids forever. I mean, you change a little bit, like as people graduate, like when you're getting older, you know, underclassmen versus like olderclassmen, but we've obviously lived in a small town forever, so she's played with the same group her whole life, and these are like all new girls. She doesn't know anybody there. So I think she's like nervous, but she's also like not, like she's gonna be a freshman, so it's like if she doesn't play this year, you know, she should play next year or whatever. But obviously I still think she like hopes she gets to play. You know what I mean? Like it would be hard. I have 3 kids, Kathy. So I have my daughter, the one that's going off to college. She's 18. And then I have my middle child is Ridge, my son that's 13. He's not really into like any sports or anything. He's more into just like cooking, video games, that kind of thing. So yeah, anyways, that's kind of his thing. And then Carver, my youngest son, and he is the one that's like always more amped up. Like he's the one that's like had his bag packed for 2 weeks to go fishing. He loves basketball, So he's always doing like, we do a ton of like travel basketball tournaments in the spring and summer. And then Zuri, she also played basketball too, but volleyball was her favorite sport. And now she's going on to play college volleyball. So we're excited. You have fun, Marla. Good luck fishing. I hope the weather's good for you guys. Alright, we're just going to take this bronzer and kind of smudge it. Just to give it that more like, oof, maybe not that much. Oh my gosh, I really need like to build a room or an office that's just like got a built-in giant desk with like tons of drawers, tons of windows so I can have good lighting on all times of year and all of that. It's funny how they can be so different. I have 4 boys. It is, isn't it? Like I don't know, they're so different in a lot of ways. The one thing Ridge does like is track, and he's not like super good at it. Like it's not like he's like getting, you know, blue ribbons or anything. He's not bad though. He's just kind of like middle. He had a blue when he did like the relay, and stuff, but he just is kind of like middle of the pack. But he loves it. I think just because it's more like relaxed. You know what I mean? Like I feel like with basketball and volleyball, like it's always a lot more. For one, you're like playing as a team, and it's more like go, 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 and the crowd's like yelling at everyone and like watching, cheering. You know what I mean? Like all eyes on you. Or track, it's like you just kind of like hang out with your friends and then go do your event and like move on. You know what I mean? It's not like, I feel like it's not quite as intense or like not as much pressure to like win or anything. You know what I mean? So he does like that, and we've made him play basketball since 4th grade. So he's in junior high, and we've made him play it this whole time, but he honestly hates it. So I did tell him I'd really like him to finish out his junior high season, but I'm like, if you don't want to play in high school, then you don't have to. Because it's actually super competitive where we are anyways, and he hates it. And I feel like basketball season in high school, it's like, 4 months long? It's a long season. So the junior high one is like 8 weeks or something. It's super short. So I told him, like, we want him to finish that out, but then we're not going to keep playing. Track is more individual social sport. Exactly. And it's just kind of like whatever. I don't think I've worn this yet. I couldn't remember. It's the Velvet Matte Lip Crayon by Ulta Beauty in the shade Ruby. I ordered a couple like kind of reddish colored lipsticks and stains. And those are always hit or miss for me. Like this is definitely more pink than I would have liked. Like look at this. Oh, I guess it like pretty much matches, but it's more pinky than I imagined. But he likes track, and track is my least favorite sport. I hate going to track meets. If it's nice out, I don't mind, but spring in Montana is like, it could be nice or it could be like a winter storm. Like you just don't know, you know what I mean? Not my favorite, but I don't not like it either. Maybe once we get everything finished. Okay, so I set my face with the Ulta Beauty setting spray as well. I actually picked this up. We did was it a basketball tournament? I can't remember. We were somewhere. I can't remember where we were, but we were gone, and I forgot my setting spray, and so I just picked that up really quick at a store, and I like it. I will say, like, it is cheaper, but I feel like cheap setting spray is better than no setting spray. I used to give this tip all the time, but it's been a little while since I talked about it, so just in case anybody new here that hasn't heard this tip, setting spray isn't just like to make your makeup last longer. It actually kind of helps melt all of your makeup into the skin to give it that more like glowy, evened out look. And it helps just like blend your powders and all of that so that they don't look as much like powder sitting on top of skin. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's what it is. Like, it's gonna look like that. But this gives it just a little bit more of a like blend. And then of course it does also help your makeup last longer. So yeah, I highly recommend, even if you want to go cheap on it, get a setting spray because it makes a huge difference. But sometimes I will go in and add just a little bit of setting powder. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this. See how much pores I get right there? And that just kind of helps like even them out. I don't like do a ton. I just basically take a tiny bit and kind of like set that into place. This has been my favorite setting powder lately. I just got one from TikTok and I don't mind it, but it kind of just seemed a little drying. And I feel like sometimes that just makes it look less blended. And so this one was actually cheaper too. And then I'm just going to make sure my eyelashes are dry before I put on my mascara. Holy cow. A little too close up. Carrie, mine never cared for basketball. They enjoyed football. See, and mine's kind of the opposite. Wow, that's very pigmented. So pretty. I like that color. It's not orangey. Love that lip color. Okay, so maybe this is a good lip. I was envisioning it different. Like more of like that sun-kissed, like, what do they call that? I don't know. Like a summery type look, and I feel like it's a little more like serious looking than that, but that's okay. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? My youngest son is obsessed with basketball. His name's Carver, by the way, and he actually doesn't like football, but I actually do make him play football because he's pretty dang good, and he's got like a really good arm, and I'm like, Carve, you're too good not to play, honestly. So he doesn't really like playing it, but we do make him because I don't want him to like get behind, you know? I know some people think like that's bad to make your kids play stuff, but I've made my kids do a lot of stuff that's good for them, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Anyways, sometimes he seems like he likes it, and I'm like, I think he will like grow to like it, but there's other days he just absolutely hates it. And I do think if I was like, you know what, you don't have to play football, he wouldn't. He'd just be like, sweet. You know what I mean? But I think in a couple of years, like, there's no way he wouldn't play. If that makes sense. Do you guys think I have enough mascaras? Holy cow. And a lot of these are like going bad. Thank you, Melinda. Jerry, good morning. Almost missed you today. How are you? I gotta do a hair tutorial when I get off of here. So I put a launch link above, but there is this sale called 2 for $99. It's a tool sale. And I think it's like an exclusive sale, like you need a link to it, you know what I mean? So I'll leave you guys a link to that as well. But anyways, I'm trying to decide if I want to do the Glam Wave because it finally restocked, and you guys know that has been a favorite of mine for a long time. Or if I want to do something from the 2 for $99 sale. There's some really good stuff on there, you guys. There's the Le Duo, the Le Trident. Actually, I don't have the Le Trident. I'm going to order it. Both the Le Volume and the Multi-Series tool, which is just both the blowout brushes. There's a hot brush. What's it called? Anyways, it's like a straightening brush. I'm having a brain fart. Then there is the Lay Pirouette, which is the self-rotating curling iron. That one, I like it on my hair if I only just roll it up. It spins so fast, you guys, that it will make it so easy to curl your hair. But I feel like it's ideal if you have like longer hair. But if I just use my wrist and like roll it up, it gives really pretty curls. It's just like a really good titanium curling iron. Let's see what else was on there. There wasn't like that much because obviously it's $45 a tool, which is like crazy. I think regular price, like the Le Duo full price is like $119. It shows $69 on there, but I think that's because that's what it's on sale for right now on the website. And then if you do the 2 tools for $99, it obviously drops it down to $45. But yeah, it's honestly crazy. Or $44.50, whatever it is. I'm trying to think what else was on there. I don't know why mine liked football so much, honestly. I'm sitting watching. Ow, I keep doing that. And Melting every day. They have all their pads on, just loving it. I can do hot, it's humidity, and in Tennessee it's terrible. Oh my gosh, I bet. Me too, Jerry. Okay, you guys, speaking of this mirror, this is a Fancy mirror, the brand Fancy. This just like dawned on me when you said that, because I was thinking like, oh, I could leave a link. I started a partnership with Fancy, like they let me be an affiliate or whatever, and I lost the mirror they sent me, like, I don't know how. The only thing I can think is I had a bunch of boxes out in our mudroom, and I asked Ridge to throw them away, and maybe that was like sitting by it. I don't know, and it had like the mirror in it because I did not have it long, and I have looked everywhere I can think of, unless it just like randomly shows up one day, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so I haven't turned anything in since like that initial sign up, so I should probably go order something from them today because I don't want to just be like, oh, MIA, you know what I mean? Not that they'd even notice. I mean, I'm sure they have like hundreds of affiliates, but still. And I do really like them. I've had this mirror forever, like since way before I was an affiliate with them. I actually got it from Unique, I think. They did this thing once. So there was like obviously a lot of ups and downs. And so after like a really crazy bad year, they did like this little gifting thing to like, I don't even remember what it was, maybe Black Status and above, and we got like a new gift. It was like 12 days of Christmas, but it was like 12 days from Unique or something, I can't remember, but we got some nice stuff, you guys. Like we got basically a ton of stuff that like affiliates did. I don't know if some of the girls like helped them pick out stuff, but it was so good. We got like Fancy mirrors, and then we got Diff sunglasses. What else did we get? I think we got some Unique stuff one day, just like products. I don't know. It's been a long time. Oh, I got like a turquoise necklace. Anyways, I've had this mirror since then. That was years ago. And it actually does light up, but I haven't put a battery in it. And it's just nice, honestly. It really is. That one is Vera, my favorite. Is that what it's called? Okay, so maybe if it's in stock, I can just use this for some videos so that they're not like, what the heck is this girl doing? Like, it'd be like getting a job and then just like not showing up. I mean, it's a little different because I think it's just more common in the affiliate world, but I don't really want to be like that person, you know what I mean? So maybe if it's the same one. I've had it for so long, I guess I didn't even know if it was still like on the website. So maybe I can make some videos with this. I feel like I want to do something with this lip, but I don't want to like get carried away. So I probably shouldn't. Girl, that mirror charges. You don't need a battery. Okay, I'm a dummy. Yeah, it literally has a plug-in right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to plug it in. See if it still works. I've had it for like years, so I bet it probably does since I've never charged it, I don't think. Okay, I've seen tons of people using this. It's the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 3-second setting mist. I can leave you guys a link. It's actually pretty dang cheap because it's like L'Oreal, but it totally works. It's weird though. I'll show you guys. Maybe you can kind of see on camera. Like, it literally feels and smells like you're spraying hairspray on your face. Like, the first time I used it, I just, like, you know, started doing that, and then I, like, stopped, and I'm like, oh my god, I thought I, like, bought hairspray on accident. But it really is, like, it almost even makes your hair feel a little bit like hairspray, so it's a little odd, but, like, it definitely locks in. So, I'll leave you guys a link, but keep that in mind, like, if you're really sensitive to like smells or like, you know, anything like that, like it kind of smells even a little bit like hairspray. Like I'm like, is that hairspray? And they just threw it in a setting spray because they're like, we know this will work. I don't know, but yeah, I like L'Oreal products a lot. I do too, I guess. Surprisingly, I feel like I don't have that many, or like I haven't used that many. But everything I've used, I pretty much liked, I think. Okay, guys, I better get off of here because I think my family's getting ready to leave, so I should probably go say bye to them before they head out, and then I need to make a hair tutorial and stuff too, so thank you, Garnita. Good morning, Maristella. All right, and thank you guys for your, good morning, Norlin. Thank you guys for your tips on this too. I'm going to find a charger and charge it up because I could make some videos with that, and you guys are just genius, but yeah. All right, girls, I hope you have a really good day. I was looking for the lid for that, but I probably lost it. I won't see you guys for a little bit, but I'll try to get some of my videos edited that I need to post anyways, so then I'll at least have something new. But I will miss you guys this weekend. I hope you have a really good week, and if you have questions, shoot me a message on anything. I'll have a little bit of service, but yeah, we're just gonna be at the lake, so I'm not gonna be going live, and my service is kind of hit or miss, but I'll have some time where I'm just hanging around doing nothing. So yeah, thanks, Melinda. All right, thanks, Norlin. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys Monday.